So your friends text you, we're coming over, and you've got 10 minutes? Perfect! I've got 5 super simple bubbly cocktail recipes, and my chef friend Alen has the finger food ideas that will pair nicely with the cocktails. We'll make it look like you planned this all week. I love this challenge because sparkling cocktails are perfect for hosting. They're easy to make, they look impressive, and they can match almost anything you put on the table. And I love creating food pairings with cocktails, so this was a really fun project. But there was one pairing that almost felt like I'm cheating. Let's start at the basics. If someone tells you they're coming over in 10 minutes, you don't have time to run to the store. A cold bottle of Prosecco in the fridge is a good start, but it's also smart to have some finger food in the cupboard or the freezer, and a bit of confidence that you can put flavors together fast. Also, don't think of these 5 examples as a full course menu that you should recreate exactly. Use this episode as a simple guide you can adjust to whatever you already have at home. And honestly, even if you only make one pairing, that's more than enough when guests show up out of nowhere. When I'm coming up with cocktail recipes for food pairings, I always start with the food. The flavors on the plate and the course itself tell me what a drink should be. And even though I love to cook, I decided to ask a local chef for help. Alen runs Mandl Food Bar here in Maribor with his girlfriend. They are friends of the channel and their place is one of our favorite spots in town. It's known for great brunch, amazing burgers, and a really chill vibe. Alen loves taking simple food and making it special with small touches. I asked him to show us a few easy tricks that anyone can do at home, even when guests arrive unannounced. Here's our first pairing, chips and spritz. To start things simple, Alen is going with a snack that fits with almost any cocktail. To make a DIY potato chips, he starts with peeled, sliced potato, soaked in ice water, dried with a towel, and fried in oil. If you want to skip this step, it's always great to have a bag of chips ready for situations like this. You can always add Alen's twist by making a quick seasoning with a mix of smoked paprika and bacon powder. For the seasoning, he also adds salt, but you can skip that if your chips are pre-salted. With your own seasoning, a basic snack suddenly feels intentional. My turn. Start by filling a large wine glass with ice. Add FIOL, Limoncello, and a splash of soda water. Finish with 2 drops of 20% saline solution to boost the flavors. Give it a quick gentle stir, then garnish with a mint bouquet. It's fast, it looks great, and it's ready before your guests even sit down. But let's see how it pairs with Alen's chips.
Crunchy, slightly smoky, great appetizer if you're in a rush. And now let's try Limoncello Spritz. Freshness of lemon, cleans the palate of smokiness of chips. Both the chips and the cocktail complement each other, and I think with this pairing you can't miss.
Next up, an Italian combo, Pinsa and FIOL Sparkler. For our next pairing, Alen is taking the iconic Italian combo of Prosecco and pizza and giving it an upgrade by making a Pinsa. Because this is all about helping yourself with things you can keep in the freezer for nights like this. He starts with a pre-made Pinsa base, adding some seasoned sour cream and mozzarella, then heating it up in the oven. Then you make it special with your choice of toppings. Alen is going with pancetta, Gorgonzola, and sliced pears. To finish it off, a drizzle of basil oil and spicy honey on top. You can add your own favorite toppings. Just make sure you have that in mind when making the cocktail.
With FIOL's tasting notes including pear, it's not going to be hard.
But this one has a popping secret. First, I'm making a quick fig liqueur that lasts for months, so you could already have this in the fridge. Cook dried figs in water for about 5 minutes to fully rehydrate them. Add the figs to a blender together with cognac for the base. And some of the fig water from cooking the dried figs. That's our dilution. Blend everything nicely, then strain it through a cloth filter. Don't be afraid to squeeze it if you're in a rush. At the end, you can put the pulp into a potato ricer to get maximum yield. Add the right amount of sugar, give it a stir, and that's it. I'll leave a quicker instant version of fig liqueur in the description if you're really in a rush, but it's the garnish where the cocktail gets its wow factor. Put some grapes into an easy siphon, charge it with a CO2 cartridge, and leave it sit for at least 10 minutes. Grab a chilled coupe glass and pour in our DIY fig liqueur. Add a dash of orange bitters, a dash of white balsamic vinegar, and 2 drops of 20% saline solution. Lastly, top it with FIOL Prosecco. No ice in this one, so really make sure your Prosecco is well chilled. To get the grapes ready, just release the pressure, open the siphon, and you'll have grapes that are popping with freshness. If you don't have an easy siphon, you can also use soda stream. But with this small mixology trick, you'll have an elegant sparkling cocktail that will impress any guests.
Looks like a match made in heaven, but let's make sure. I think it's gonna be hard to beat this one. So good. So we have slightly smokiness of bacon, fruitiness of pear, fig goes so well together with FIOL and with this drink, and Pinsa and all together. Cheese, bread. Well, this is a lovely pairing. Like I said, probably hard to beat, but
it's crispy fried chicken and a BHF cocktail. Mandl is known for the crispy chicken tenders, so of course, this made the list. They were soaked in salted buttermilk. Then they go into flour, a mixture of eggs and buttermilk, and back into flour, this time mixed with Alen's blend of seasoning, black pepper, garlic, onion, coriander, and a bit of sugar and salt. But you can of course find good store-bought chicken tenders to keep in your freezer at home. Fry your chicken until you get the perfect golden crispy coating. In the meantime, you make this feel special by adding 2 homemade sauces. First, a creamy ranch, made with mayo, sour cream, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, lemon juice, and a bit of chopped chives and some chopped parsley. And for something with a bit of heat, a mix of melted butter, honey, and sriracha hot sauce. Mix it until smooth, and that's it. A combination of rich, creamy, spicy, and sweet that makes even simple chicken tenders feel special.
Tasty.
forget KFC, let's make the BHF.
The B in BHF stands for bourbon, so add that into the shaker first. Followed by honey syrup. Lemon juice didn't make it into the name, but it's in there. And so is saline solution. Add plenty of ice and give it a good shake until it's nice and chilled. Then double strain it into a rocks glass or a clear ice sphere. This is another wow factor, but with an ice mold with a link in the description, it's super easy to make beautiful clear ice spheres. The F part of the name is of course FIOL, so top up our cocktail. Give it a quick gentle stir, and if you want, finish with a small lemon peel. Bubbly bourbon cocktail with honey and citrus, but I feel like it will be a perfect pairing for the fried chicken tenders.
Fried chicken and Prosecco might not have been on your bingo card, but here we are. A little spicy, but there's just the right amount of spiciness. And ranch, refreshing. Let's try the drink too. I think bourbon and chicken in general is a good pairing. Nothing else to say. Perfect pairing.
Next up, Piadina and a Margarita. Alen decided to take us back to Italy with a warm Piadina. It all starts with a soft Italian flatbread, but feel free to use a tortilla. Alen first added creamy burrata, followed by arugula and slices of mortadella. To finish off this one, he added pistachio dressing for some light crunch and some basil oil. If you just have pesto, you can use that too. The Piadina gets folded and warmed up on a grill, so everything comes together and the bread gets a soft crust. You can of course do this in a pan too. Alen suggests cutting it into smaller bites and stacking them on a board. Perfect for sharing.
Let's make a margarita to go with it.
With pesto and pistachios, I decided to pair it with something bright and tropical. Into a shaker, add Blanco tequila as the base, followed by Passionfruit liqueur as our tropical sweetener. Check out the description to see the easiest way to make it. We still need lime juice and triple sec to really turn this into a margarita. And lastly some salt as saline solution. Give it a good shake, then double strain into a highball glass, rimmed with salt and filled with ice. Then top it up with FIOL, and that's the Passion Prosecco margarita. Final touch is a small basil leaf to pair with basil oil.
Let's give it a try. Quite light, easy to eat, slightly spicy from arugula, and nutty from pistachios. Pistachios goes well together with the passion fruit here. Also with the tequila. especially arugula and tequila. Easy to eat, easy to drink, nice pairing.
And the final pairing, chocolate brownies and a strawberry fizz. The one that almost felt like I'm cheating. It doesn't matter if you made them yourself, had them in the freezer, or your guests brought some over. Alen suggests serving them warm, so he puts these in the microwave oven. A quick dressing is how you make them special. He decided on strawberries. Frozen will do just fine. Heat them in a saucepan together with some FIOL rosé and some sugar. Stir and cook until it's fully softened and all the flavors have married together. Feel free to blend it if you want it smoother. And that's it! A strawberry dressing that you can use for more than just a brownie topping. Serve the warm brownies with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, the strawberry dressing, and a dollop of whipped cream. And you've got a quick dessert that will make anyone feel special.
So let's make a special cocktail.
This one starts off as a shaken cocktail too. So into the shaker I'm adding gin, followed by Alen's homemade strawberry dressing. That's easy on the sugar, so let's add simple syrup as well. To balance the sweetness I'm adding lemon juice. And about 5 fresh basil leaves. Basil really pairs well with strawberry. Don't forget saline solution to bring everything together. Then add ice and give it a really good shake. To release the aroma from the basil, and double strain into a chilled coupe glass. We don't want any small bits of basil in the drink. Top it up with FIOL rosé to give it a light floral addition. A gentle stir and a small basil leaf for garnish. Let's see if you found a shortcut to bridge the cocktail with a dish.
They look amazing together, so let's dive in. A little bit of wine notes here, with chocolate notes, strawberries. Wonderful dessert. Now let's try the cocktail. Immediately on the aroma, the pairing of basil, vanilla, strawberries here. And the drink itself too. Such an easy drink, but such a lovely pairing. Strawberries on both sides. A little bit of richness of vanilla and chocolate. Cream. So simple. Yet delicious. Cheers. Using the same ingredient in a dish and a cocktail. That's the cheat code. There you have it. If somebody shows up almost unannounced, there are always ways to make your life easier. But know that you can still make something that makes them go, wow. If you try any of these or come up with your own combination, let me know in the comments. Alen, thank you so much for this. It was a pleasure to work with you. And for that reason, we brought you a big FIOL, okay?
Thank you
so much again.
Thank you, Kevin.
Cheers.
Cheers.